Hello all, welcome to Clark Technologies, and we are very happy to announce that we are going to provide a free course for MuleSoft for all the freshers and beginners and who want to learn MuleSoft from scratch. This is entirely free course which we are going to release on day by day basis. So it will be a 30 days course, so it is very helpful for you to learn MuleSoft from scratch. And we have explained this course with the real-time project. We have built a real-time project also. In order to explain that, we have created a couple of files and project code as well. So if you want to get those files and projects, please email us with this subject line, request to share level 1 course file. Also, we have an important announcement that we are planning to release a MuleSoft advanced level 2 course very soon. So in this course, we will be discussing most of the topics of MuleSoft, which will help you very well in order to complete level 2 certification as well as to work on complex real-time projects as well. So I hope you will be enjoying that course as well. So if you want to know more details about advanced level course, please contact us via mobile or email. We will be sharing those details. So without further delay, let's get started. Hello all, welcome to Clark Technologies, another video of our 45 days course. I hope you have already watched our previous videos and till now you know everything which we have done so far into creating or designing everything. Right, so if you missed any video, please go and watch all the videos and practice it very well, because now today it is a very important topic of any MuleSoft developer or any other technology, which is nothing but CI/CD. So continuous integration and continuous development or deployment or continuous delivery. Okay, so what is CI/CD? We have already covered in one video. Maybe I can just share that video. Okay, so to set up this CI/CD pipelines in Azure DevOps, because we are using coding repository as Azure DevOps, so we can set up this CI/CD pipeline in Azure DevOps itself. Okay, so once you done with the CI/CD setup in Azure DevOps, what will happen whenever if you commit any code or whenever if you push any code from your local to remote repository, it means like for every change we are going to commit our code to local repository and Azure DevOps, right? So whenever you click, like whenever you run the command like git push origin, push means we are pushing our code to remote repository, right? So whenever you use this command and whenever you click enter, the code from local repository will be going to the remote repository of particular branch, feature branch, dev branch, QA branch, whatever it may be, right? So in our case so far what we have done, if you have do any changes in any API, you commit the code and you push the code to the remote repository of feature branch, right? But in general what will happen for all the dev, QA, prod, master branch, for these three branches we need to set up pipelines. We are not going to set up pipelines for feature branches in real time. Feature branches is our own branch where we are doing our code changes, and then we will push the code to we will pull to the dev branch. Then whenever any code is pushed to the dev branch, then this pipeline will start triggering and we don't need to do any manual deployment once you set up this pipeline. So far what we have done, we have exported our code as a jar file, or we have deployed the application by using Anypoint Studio by right clicking it and deploy to Cloud Hub, right? So once you set up this thing, what will happen whenever you push the code from feature branch to dev branch, that part we didn't cover. I'll show you how we can push the code from feature to dev branch. So whenever the code is pushed from feature to dev branch, this pipeline will trigger and it will automatically build that jar file. It will automatically deploy that jar file into your Cloud Hub account. You don't need to do any manual setting here, right? So you don't need to deploy it manually. Whenever you click, whenever the new code is there available in dev branch, automatically this pipeline will trigger in the background and it will deploy the application. Then the all updated changes will be available for you. Okay, so to do that we have to do lot of setup in Azure DevOps, and this is very important for you. If you projected in your resume as a 2 years or 3 years or whatever it may be, usually 2 to 3 years experience guy will not know about this. So as we are focusing on more content, so we will be providing this CI/CD course also, this particular part also in this course itself. So it is very useful for you in terms of interview. If you project yourself, like if you know Azure DevOps CI/CD pipeline, how to set up it from scratch, then it will be a good advantage for you. You will definitely shortlist. Your resume will definitely shortlist, and you will definitely clear the interview, and you will get a good job, because this is that much important topic. And no, most of the people doesn't know how to do this from scratch. Okay, most of the developers, they can utilize the pipelines, but they don't know how to set up this pipeline from scratch. Usually ops team or AMS team will do the setup. As a developer, or the 2 to 3 years experience guy, if you project, like if you know how to set up this Azure DevOps CI/CD, this will be a great benefit for you. So that is why we are providing this topic also in this course. So please pay attention, please focus on what we are doing step by step, please follow, so that you will learn how to set up the CI/CD pipeline. So let's get started. Before we need to before we are going to set up that CI/CD pipeline, we need to do some kind of background stuff, like we need to frame this settings.xml file and a credentials file. We will use these two files later in our CI/CD pipeline while uploading this into libraries. I'll show you how we can use it. But before that, you need to first make sure you need to have these two files handy with your details. I'll show you what details you have to edit. Okay, so here you can leave the settings file as it is. Only one thing you need to change. You have to change here this username. Here you need to give your Cloud Hub username and your Cloud Hub password. Okay, so for now I will be giving my username and password, and I have created new account as my September account is also expired. So I have created new account with Clat 10, this one my username, and I have created 3 environments: dev, prod, stage. All are small letters. Remember the case also. Okay, all are small letters in my case. If you are in your case, if it is a unit cap or something, you can just have that in that way. But here in this settings.xml file, sorry, you have to give only username and password. Other than that, I think you don't need to change any more details. Let's see, if needed maybe we can edit later, but as of now don't change anything, only give your username and password and save it. Next, the second file is credentials.txt file. You can give this name any name, but it's better to give credentials. So I just given like credentials October, but this is my old file. I need to change this username, password, environment and all, right? So here, how many environments you have in your what is that, in your Anypoint platform, you have to give those many entries here. So in my case, I have 3 environment: dev, prod, stage. So I have to give 3 entries here, but ignore these values as of now. So what you need to do is, I'll just share this structure with you. You can just rename, you can just remove the old values, provide your new values. So default environment is my username and password training@123, and environment, default environment you can give dev in this case, because I have only 3 environments now. So default environment would be dev. Next, 2 environments, 2 JSON structures I have to give. Right, so organization name also you have to mention. This is your organization name, K caps Claret in my case. So in your case, you have to give your organization name. Okay, so likewise you have to create these profiles. These are all called Cloud Hub profiles. Okay, everything it is same, but only thing is like your profile name, the environment name. Here you need to change it stage, and here same name you have to give. Okay, and here it is prod, because default environment I have selected it as a dev. So remaining stage prod I have to give like this. Okay, and prod, right? So username, password, environment, and organization also you have to give in all the profiles, right? The organization's name you can give just in your account. You can just click here, you will see other organization name. It is a K caps Clat K, right? So let's give the same organization name in all the profiles, right? So save this file, and I'll tell you what we need to do next. So next you need to capture these values. I'll tell you this one, like the file name where you can capture, I'll tell you later. But remaining thing we can capture here, release pipeline variables text. So here this is your organization name, and your Anypoint password and username, just like we did for the other one. So here your username. Okay, sorry, it got copied that your organization name here. So here you need to provide organization name and business group ID, Cloud Hub organization ID. This I will tell you. And Cloud Hub application name. Here you need to provide the application name. If it is first time, it will deploy. If it is if the application is already there, it will redeploy with the same name. So you have to give the application name. So in our case, maybe let's implement the CI/CD for this system API. So you can copy this system API name here. You can provide this as an environment name. Okay. So Cloud Hub application, Cloud Hub comma application name. Here don't put full stop. It is comma just for our understanding. Okay. Right. So username, Anypoint username, which we have already captured here. You can just copy it from here. This is all the background stuff you need to do. I'll tell you while creating the pipeline why we need it. So Anypoint platform, password, right? Runtime version. Currently, this is the old file, so that is why it is showing 4.3.0. But currently we have 4.5.0 also. But for that 5.0 we have some another text added because it is a beta version. So let's take for now. Let's take it's 4.4.0. Okay. So maybe just Cloud Hub. See here 4.5.024 is something is there. You can give same thing maybe, or else you can use old versions. Sorry, it got it. Here it is, old versions are not showing in this. This is a new account. Here it is not showing the old versions. Maybe let's give the same name in that case. Okay, so you need to just copy. Sorry, you need to just copy it. Four dot 5.0. Let's give 4.5.0. Maybe if it will can append that another text. Let's see. So this is the first time for this 4.5.0. Even I need to check it. So let's give 4.5.0 for now, and then maybe let's try to do some changes if it needed. Then business group ID, your Cloud Hub organization ID. This we have already seen earlier, right? So how you can get this means, let me just show you. So you need to go to access management, and here in the business groups, in the clerk, here it is showing business group ID for you, right? So you can just copy this and paste it here. So do we need to provide any other information? Region by default it is US East 1, but in your maybe if in your real-time projects that will change. That you can see here in the runtime manager subscription, I guess, or else let me just give me 1 second. I'll just show you where we can see the region, or else once you deploy your application then also it will show you the region. See, it is default region US East Ohio. So for that by default you can give US East -1, US East -1. So you can leave it as it is. The now only thing we need to change is this file name, from where you will get this jar file name. This we will get once we build the what is that build pipeline. I'll show you. So to implement this CI/CD process, so to complete this setup CI/CD process, we have to do it in 2 steps. First, we need to create a build pipeline. Then we need to create a release pipeline. So what is the use of build pipeline means? The build pipeline will take the code from the repository once we commit the code. So in our case, maybe let's do the pipeline on this dev branch. So whenever some code is committed in the dev branch, it might be a kind of pull request or direct commit, whatever it may be. So I'll show you, because I till now we didn't discuss the pull request part. We will see this in this video itself. I mean, in this topic itself, maybe this video or next video. But the main thing you need to remember is, like, whenever some new code is committed to this dev branch, the build pipeline should trigger. What that build pipeline will do? That build pipeline will take the updated code from this dev branch, and it will generate the jar file. If you remember, while deploying application manually from the Anypoint Studio, what I have done, I have exported that as a jar file, and in the Cloud Hub, I select like deploy application and select the jar file where I have saved, and then I clicked on deploy, right? So it means you need to generate that jar file. If you want to deploy any application into Cloud Hub, you need that archive file. The jar file is called archive file. So for with all your updated code, you need to generate that jar file, and you need to deploy that jar file into the Cloud Hub. So those are the two steps manually we are going to do. So automatically, once you complete this CI pipeline, CI means continuous integration. That is nothing but build pipeline in Azure DevOps. So once you are done with this build pipeline, once that build pipeline is triggered, when it will trigger, whenever some new code is committed to this dev branch, build pipeline will trigger and it will generate the jar file. It will create that jar file. And once the jar file is available in particular location, like in this location, then release pipeline will take the jar file from there and deploy it into Cloud Hub. So that is why we need to create two pipelines. So let's start creating build pipeline. Okay. So to do that, what you need to do, you'll just navigate to this pipelines section and click on pipelines. So as of now, we didn't create any pipeline for this particular repository. You can just click on create pipeline. So once you clicked on it, it will show you a couple of options, but you just click on this use the classic editor. It will show you multiple options, right? So here it will ask you for the source repository, like from where you are going to pull the source code. Okay, in Azure DevOps will support even GitHub as a remote repository, Subversion, Bitbucket, and any other Git version. That is also fine. Even it means like if your code is available in GitHub remote repository other than this Azure repos, you can select this GitHub and you can link that GitHub here with the connection name and all. You can do the authorization and all. Then you can build the Azure pipelines even for GitHub also. But in our case, we are going to manage our Azure in our source code in our Azure repositories itself, Azure DevOps repositories itself, right? So you need to select Azure repos Git, and here it will show you the project name. It means repository name, like this. It is Clat Mule Mastery, and then the repository. Repository means your actual API name, which we have created here in the while creating the repositories, right? So by default, it select this one. It will show you all the APIs which you have created. So we are going to build a pipeline for a system API. So we need to select the system API, and here you can select the branch. As we discussed earlier, we are going to apply this pipeline for dev branch. It means whatever the branch you will select here, if some code commit is happened to that particular branch, then this pipeline will trigger. So you need to select that branch accordingly. So in my case, I would like to select dev branch. Whenever some new code is committed to the dev branch, I want my build pipeline to be triggered, and it should generate that jar file, archive file, and then it will then it will create the jar file. Then once the release pipeline will once we create that, it will pick that jar file and it will deploy. Okay, right? So IBS library manage system API and dev. Okay, let's click on continue. Now here you need to select the Maven template. So you can select this Maven and click apply. Okay, so then once you select that template, it will ask you for the name. Here you can give your project name, maybe. So IBS library management SAPI CI pipeline. You can change here or there, anything, it will reflect. Right, that you need to do first. Then it will show you the see agent job 1. This is there, right? So this is for get sources we have already selected, and the pipeline name you can change it. These are all the different sections you need to do your configuration changes. Right, so once you click on agent job, agent means it is a kind of server. So once your code is available, one particular instance of that server is getting created, and that particular instance will take care of the code, and it will build the code, it will create the archive, jar file and all. Okay, so as of now, just remember agent job is the kind of instance. Okay, so you can just click on this agent job. You can give any name, or maybe you can just SAPI, agent job SAPI. Okay, and agent pool inherit from pipeline means if you are going to inherit another pipeline, copy another pipeline, you can select this, but just go here and click on Azure pipelines. Okay, because we are going to use Azure pipelines, we are going to create Azure pipelines for this Azure DevOps repositories. Then here, this is the mandatory field. Whenever you see star, all those are the mandatory fields you need to select without fail. So agent specification. Here, once you do it, it will apply applicable to your particular operating system. Okay. So it depends on your operating system. If you are using Apple laptop or yeah, Apple laptop, you can select a MacBook or something. If you are using, you can select that, because it is depends on your operating system. So I am using Windows operating system. So it because in the background, what it will do, it will create one image. Image is not like like our photos and all. It will create one image kind of background configuration to deploy or to generate this jar file. So mine is Windows. For Windows also we have multiple options, 19 2022 and and much things, but you need to select the latest one. If you can select the latest one, if any patches are there, it will apply automatically. So just select Windows latest if you are also using Windows system. Otherwise, select the operating system as per your system, Ubuntu, Mac or anything. Right, so Windows latest is my version, I have selected it. Okay, so yeah, remaining you can leave it as it is, maybe. So once this agent job will create an instance to run your stuff, to create that jar file, to generate the jar file, it will execute all the below steps one by one. So by default, it will create 3 steps, but we don't need these predefined steps. We will add one by one. We will add all the required steps one by one. So what we can do, we can just delete the below 2 tasks. These are all the tasks. So first task is form.xml. We need this, just leave it as it is. So next, remove this 2. Okay, so you can just select it and click on remove. Other 2, just select the checkbox and remove it. I'll tell you how we can add these steps one by one. So first task is our form.xml task. So here you can leave the display name as it is, but goal you can just mention clean package. It means it will build the file and it will clean any dependencies. It will add all the dependencies. Then it will create the jar file. Right. So I think. I think, yeah, we no need to add any more options here. And as I have already created one pipeline for another Hello World project, maybe just I'll refer instead of missing something, I can just refer it. Right, so this pipeline, sorry, just 1 second. Let me just refer this. This is the working pipeline. So here, the options you need to mention d skip munit test, d attach mule sources. This property also I will give you. You need to add this. I'll explain why this. Okay, so for MuleSoft applications, we have to create the munit test cases also in general. But in our case, as of now, we don't have any munit test cases. So I run this command. I have added this command, skip munit test. So as a munit test is not there, just skip the test, validating it. And attach mule sources is the default one. You need to add it for the option. it will add all the dependencies while creating the jar file. It will make sure no other dependency is missing. Right, then publish to Azure pipeline. I am just comparing it with the other pipeline which is working fine, which I have created earlier. So yeah, I think next we don't need to do anything. Right, you can leave it as it is. And then you need to add one more step, which is nothing but download secure file. Okay, so here we have created settings.xml file. Now that file you need to add it into the library. I will show you. We'll upload that file in the library, then we need to refer that file here. Apart from that, I think we no need any other configuration in this step 2. And here the reference name you can give security file. We will do this later. We will do this here. This is our system API. Now, to add any task, what you can do, you can just click on this plus icon. So the task we need to add is secure, download secure file. This one, if you can search with secure, it will show you. So once you select that, click on add and click here. Now you need to select that secure file. But as of now, we have not uploaded any secure file here. So let me just give the other name, the reference name, secure file. So I'm giving it init cap. Okay, just leave it as it is as of now. So the part which we need to configure now is the secure file. So to do that, what you can do, you can just go to library. It will maybe let me open this in another window. That will help. Otherwise, it will lost our settings. Okay. So that's why maybe before you start this, you can just upload those files, then come to here. That will make sense at least. So here, so in the library, you need to go to the secure files section and add those two files which you have created. The settings.xml file and credentials October file, we have created it, right? So let me just check where it is available. It is in downloads. We need to just upload those two files here. The secure file section here. Okay, so click this secure file, browse for your file. I have this in my downloads. So credentials October. So once you upload this file, you cannot see the content of this file. So make sure you have uploaded the correct one. So add and secure file. Then I'm going to upload this settings.xml file as well. These two files. Okay, right now I'm just navigating to the other window. Here, once you refresh also, it will go. Let me just try. If the changes were, I lost the changes. So the name, till name, it is there. Okay, maybe let's do it again. So we are going to build for a SAP pipeline, and we need to select the dev branch. Let's use the default. Next, coming to this agent job, you can just change this agent job to API. You can select Azure pipelines, and the specification, agent specification, you can select as per your operating system, Windows latest. We have already done these things now, so I just move little forward and yeah. So the first step you have to do as it is, you have to leave as it is, and you need to add the while package, you need to give clean package, and you need to copy these two values in the options, DSKPM unit tests. There it is. Yeah, you have to give this. So till here we have already covered. Okay, and then output variables or reference name. Here. Yeah, you can leave it as, and we have just removed the other two steps. And yeah, now we are going to add the download secure file. This step. This time we should show the file
name, which because we have already uploaded it. Let me just, yeah, it is showing here now. Now here you need to select your settings.xml file. Then come down and in the output variable section just give secure file. Earlier we have given but it lost, right? So secure file. This is your second step. First step is Maven, second step is download secure file. And your third step is this publish mule code. It means once the dependencies are getting downloaded, once the username password is downloaded in this secure settings.xml file, then it should generate that jar file, archive file, right? So to do that, we need to add this publish pipeline artifact, this step. And here also we need to do some configuration. So we will do it parallelly by comparing this pipeline. Okay. So here the third step would be just search for publish. So publish pipeline artifacts, click on add and come here. Now you need to change this file path or directory. You can just select this. What is it? It is showing in a readme. Branch. Okay, in the dev branch we don't have any code as of now, so that is why it is showing only readme file, but that's okay. You can just that file is also not available. Let me do one thing. Let me just copy this. Even here it is also not showing. You can just copy this. Instead of this one, you can just give system.default working directory, and the artifact name you can give your own name, and published location you can select Azure pipelines. Let me check if there is any other options I missed. Right, so here artifact name, maybe you can give IBS library mgmt sapi artifact. Okay, so by default publish location is Azure pipeline. You can just leave it as it is, and other options also you don't need to edit anything. Right, so this is our third step. Then you need to add the munit task to skip it, but as of now it is not there, but still we need to add this. Okay, so here you need to select that the alias name you have given security file, right, in the secure file section. So that name you have to give. So you can just copy this goal, and yeah, we have already given this environment also, right? So let's copy it one by one. So let's add a unit task. So here munits, it will show you something, or yeah, the task name would be Maven only again. Okay, so you can just select for Maven. That name you can change it for unit. Okay, so build a test deploy. For all these things you can add Maven step and select it. The display name you can save this like munit task. You can just give munit task, and pom.file, it is pom.xml only, and this goal you can just copy it from here. Even in your real-time project also it will be almost all similar, but maybe these file names and the variable names will be differ as per their naming conventions. So options means here is there any other options we have to provide for environment variables or security key like that. So we need to provide secure key also. That maybe we already passed it through this one, right? Secure key through the runtime properties. I think that is not needed now. Let me check. Okay, let's check. Let's do this with environment only. So in our case also we have given env is the dynamic environment name. So hyphen env $env. This env we will send it from the runtime properties. So you can select this option as it is, and you can just copy it in this pipeline particular option section. Right. So come down. Then test run title, you can give any relevant title. So in my case, maybe I can give this IBS SAPI test. That's it. Okay. So calm down. Let me just compare it. So yeah, apart from that, I think we no need anything. Variable list also not needed as of now. We need that variable name in the release pipeline. Okay, so now we are done with this particular pipeline setup, right? So it is showing some kind of warning. Selected utilities demo. It is showing some warning kind of stuff here, so that is why I'm just checking if anything I missed. So I think, yeah, we are done with this build pipeline configuration, but still it is showing some error. Yeah, sorry. So here agent specification it is lost, I think so. Yeah, you can just select the Windows latest. And now the warning has gone and the save queue is enabled. So if you see any warning kind of stuff, just verify all your steps. Okay. Now let's save this pipeline. SAPI build pipeline. Save it. Right. So this is how we can configure the build pipeline. I think this is the 4 steps we need to add as of now. Let's run this dev pipeline, sorry, build pipeline. So it will generate the jar file. It will store that jar file into some system directory where we have given that path. Okay, you can follow these steps as it is. You can also create build pipeline. I'll provide all the information like these options and goals and all. I'll just provide this in kind of maybe in a document. But follow this video and just try to build. Okay, so let me just run this pipeline. Let's see if it is working fine or not. Otherwise maybe we need to change some configurations. So here in the pipelines section it will show you your pipelines, so no runs yet because it is not yet run. And before that what we need to do in the dev, I mean in the dev branch we don't have any code, so how it can compile, how it can create that jar file. In the dev branch we don't have anything, right? So in general in the real-time projects what will happen, to push any code or to upload any code from feature branch to dev branch, what you need to do, you have to pull the create a pull request from this feature branch to dev branch. Okay, so to do that what you can do, you can just go to the pull request and create new pull request. Here you can select the source branch and target branch. So now you need to and now you need to just select the source branch from which branch you are going to send the code. So here let me just repeat in Telugu. ఇది ఫీచర్ బ్రాంచ్లో మన కోడ్ ఉంది, డెవ్ బ్రాంచ్లో లేదు. ఈ పైప్ లైన్ అనేది ఎప్పుడు ట్రిగ్గర్ అవుతుంది, మన డెవ్ బ్రాంచ్లో ఏదైనా కొత్త కోడ్ యాడ్ అయినప్పుడు, లేకపోతే డెవ్ బ్రాంచ్లో ఆల్రెడీ కోడ్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మనం మాన్యువల్గా రన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ ఉన్న కోడ్తో ఆ జార్ ఫైల్ అనేది క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది. బట్ మన కేసులో ఇప్పటి వరకు డెవ్ బ్రాంచ్లో ఏ కోడ్ లేదు. సో మనం ఫీచర్ బ్రాంచ్ నుంచి డెవ్ బ్రాంచ్కి కోడ్ని మూవ్ చేస్తున్నాం. So we are going to pull the code from the feature branch to dev branch. So here you need to select the dev. By default it will show you main, but make sure it is dev. And you can give any title for this. So pull request of all the code maybe initially. And here in real-time projects what will happen, you have to provide the description and you need to select the reviewers also. There will be code reviewers in real-time projects, your team lead or any C4E team or any MS team, something like that, any operations team. If some team reviewer or any individual also like team lead or any code reviewer specific to code reviewer, you have to select their name. Usually for dev branch, feature to dev branch, we no need any approvals usually. When we are pulling the data, I mean pulling the code from dev branch to QA stage branch or stage to prod branch, in that case we have these approvals. So in that case you must select any code reviewers. and then you need to send the pull request. Okay, so I just corrected the spelling mistakes, that's it. So in our case, maybe no need it, we don't have any reviewers, so by default it is showing my email ID only. I can just add it, or you can just remove it. Okay, so let's click on create. Here you need to make sure source branch and target branch. See, here it is showing no merge conflicts. I will explain later what is merge conflicts and all, but as of now just remember, if any same code is edited in the both source branch and target branch, it will show you some conflict. Like for example, మన కేసులో ప్రాపర్టీ ఫైల్లో డేటాబేస్ యూజర్ నేమ్ ఈరోజు ఒకటి ఉంది, ఫ్యూచర్ బ్రాంచ్లో సేమ్ డేటాబేస్ యూజర్ నేమ్ డెవ్ బ్రాంచ్లో వేరేది మార్చాం మనం తెలియకుండా అనుకోండి. సో ఈ యూజర్ నేమ్ తీసుకోవాలా, ఆ యూజర్ నేమ్ తీసుకోవాలా సిస్టమ్కి తెలియదు. సో అప్పుడు కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ వస్తుంది కదా దానికి. సో దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ మెర్జ్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్. కోడ్ని మనం కంబైన్ చేసేటప్పుడు, మొత్తం కోడ్ని ఒక దాంట్లోకి కలిపి పెట్టేటప్పుడు ఆ మెర్జ్ చేసేటప్పుడు వచ్చే కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్. సో దానికి ఆ సిస్టమ్కి అర్థమవుతుంది ఏ యూజర్ నేమ్ తీసుకోవాలి, సోర్స్లోనే యూజర్ నేమ్ తీసుకోవాలా, టార్గెట్లోనే యూజర్ నేమ్ తీసుకోవాలా అని. అలాంటప్పుడు కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్స్ వస్తుంది. బట్ ఇన్ ఆర్ కేస్ we don't have any conflict because in dev branch we don't have any code. We are just pulling the entire code available in this feature branch to dev branch. So once you complete this request, it means you are going to merge the code, and make sure you should not delete this source branch. Just uncheck this. So click on complete merge. Once you do this complete, what will happen, it will merge all the code from the source branch to the target branch. It means feature branch to the dev branch. So once you approve it, yeah, it is merged now. So by default now the pipeline should trigger usually. Okay, so let's go to this repos. Now let's see, in the dev branch the code is available. So the code is moved from feature branch to dev branch. The code is available here. Now that build pipeline should trigger by default. But it is not triggering yet. Let me just run manually once. So click on this run pipeline, and you need to select the dev branch and click on run. See here the agent job name which we have given, agent job SAPI, it is showing here. Once you click on this agent job, it will show you the errors or any logs, any tracking execution of those steps and all. I think it is errored out. Should has been purchased request to free parallelism grant. So for the first time maybe it is asking for Azure pipelines parallelism request. Yes, this is the trial account. It is showing some errors. Sorry, it got cancelled. So this is the trial account. Maybe it is showing some thing here. It is failed. Let me just run this pipeline again. Maybe I have to remove other pipelines or something. No hosted parallelism has been purchased or granted. To request a free parallelism grant, okay, please fill out the following form. Maybe if you are also having same issue, let's do it together. Let's copy this URL. Okay, maybe for free request we have to submit this form. I didn't remember earlier if I submitted it or not. So what is your name? Glad. What is your email address? IT online. Wait, I have given with that URL, so that is email. IT online trainings for you. So I need to give the same email. You can just fill your email with which email you are going to build this pipeline. Okay. So what is the name of your Azure DevOps organization? Link forms. Okay, so in my case, my organization is Cloud Technologies org, right? So Let me just copy this, fill it in this form. Okay, now just come down. Are you requesting a parallelism increase for public or private projects? Um, this is private repository, I guess. No other one can access. So while, yeah, it is private repository. Okay, so you can just select private and click submit. So it is submitted. Let's try to run the pipeline again. So go to pipelines and select your CI pipeline which you have created. Click on run pipeline and make sure you selected the correct branch. Let's try now. Let's see if it is enough or any other thing we need to fill. Again it got failed. No hosted parallelism has been purchased. Just troubleshooting. I think we just now did it. It may take some time to maybe sync. No, maybe to provide that parallelism grant, it may take some time. The Azure DevOps team. What we can do, maybe we can stop this video here. We will wait maybe another one day, maybe next video anyways I can create tomorrow. So let's wait 24 hours. Within the 24 hours maybe it will provide the access. So once it provide the access to run this pipeline, maybe we can try to run this build pipeline and see, and then we will discuss about the release pipeline which is going to deploy the application into the Cloud Hub. Yeah, it is not yet granted. The free parallelism grant, it is not yet granted. So let's wait. Okay, let's see it tomorrow video. I have to wait maybe for 24 hours to get the grant. Meanwhile you can also do the follow the same step and submit that form, because anyways it will take 24 hours around time for you. Let's see tomorrow if it will run this pipeline, if this issue is resolved or not, and provide the access or not. Then we can continue. Okay, so thank you so much. Yeah, hi. Before I record this part, actually it took 2 days gap for me from the previous part to this part. Like in this same video itself, I just paused the video um, 2 days. Then I am just recording this because if you remember, I just raised a request for free tier access for this pipeline. So once you fill that form, once you submit that form, what will happen? You will get this kind of mail from Azure DevOps or Microsoft team. Like we have requested this increase free parallelism in Azure DevOps. So your request was completed with your organization name and with your Gmail name and with your organization name. I mean the account name on the private or public repositories like that. Right, so once you submit that form, actually it took 2 days for me to get this approval. So you also just raise that, submit that form and wait for 1 or 2 days, then you will get this. Then maybe we can just try to run this pipeline, the build pipeline which we have already built, which we have already created. Let's try to run this and see now if it works. Yeah, now you didn't receive that error, right? The parallelism error you didn't receive. So now this agent job will run. It will execute all the tasks one by one which we have created. Let me just open this, or maybe another tab. So you see it is running now. Okay, what you have done, you have added these many tasks while building this pipeline, right? So all these tasks will execute one by one. We can see, you will see a couple of green checks. Few are actually pre-built jobs. We have not created something. The tasks. All the remaining these three are the tasks which we have created. Maven pom.xml, publish pipeline artifact, munit task. These three we have created here. If you follow everything from scratch, step by step which I have created, this will work for you. maybe. Let's see if this runs successfully. What will the output of this build pipeline? It will generate the archive. It will generate the jar file of our system API and it will place it in the system directory. So then once this is successful, then our next step is to create the release pipeline. What this release pipeline will do? It will pick this jar file, which is generated by this build pipeline from that system directory. Then it will deploy that jar file into the Cloud Hub, just like we did for the manual deployment. So this Maven step will take some time actually. Let's wait this to be completed. This will take at least 2 to 3 minutes or maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes it depends on the connectors you have used and it depends on the dependencies it have to download. See if you can observe, it is like downloaded from something. So it is downloaded all the dependencies. So for the first time, if you run this pipeline, it will take some time for this Maven step. So let's wait. I think you understand the difference. Without that permission, without the access, you cannot run this pipeline and it will throw the error initial just like we did. I mean, we have seen in the previous part. Okay. So I just wanted to upload this complete video at once to make this pipeline run and to get the success of this pipeline. That is why I didn't publish this video as a some half-parted like that. So I paused the video over there, paused the recording over there. I have waited 2 days to get this success. Now I'm just continue recording that same video. Okay, so don't get confused. Even if you received any error, you have to submit that form to get this parallelism approved, and then you can just continue to run this pipeline. Okay, so let's wait. Once this is run successfully, then we will stop this video here. Then in the next video, we will create the release pipeline and we will complete the CI/CD process. Okay, so yeah, let's see how much time it will take. Usually it will take 10 minutes also, maybe sometimes, but now it is 3 minutes 21 seconds. You can see the time here for the entire agent, and for this particular task you can see the time here, 3 minutes 13 seconds like that. Okay, so I think we have to wait, and once this Maven step is done, then the next 2 steps will not take much time. Hardly it will take 1 to 2 minutes. The two, our project is not having those that much dependencies of third-party connectors and all, so it won't take much time to publish the artifact. Okay. So it is still running. No, it got failed. Let's see the reason. Could not resolve the dependencies for my company. Default dependencies. Could not artifacts. RAML 101. Oh shit. Unauthorized. Okay. I got the issue. As I said, like this is again a new account. Like what is that? The Anypoint Platform Cloud Hub account is the new account. So I don't have the RAML code and all as of now because this is the third account I have created to record these videos and all. So the RAML is not there. That authorization we have not provided here. I mean, we have given that authorization here in this settings.xml file, our username and password. But in this particular account, I mean for this particular Cloud Hub account, we have not seen any ramels. So I'll just show you. So in our code, we have a dependency with ramel like 1.0.1 ramel version. But in this Cloud Hub, it is not there. That is what it is complaining about. C401 unauthorized, because this management SAP 1.0.1, that ramel is not available. So authentication failed. What we have to do, yeah, there is no other option. I have to see the ramel 1001 failed to read the artifact descriptor, right? So what I have to do, I need to again upload those ramels. I need to import all the ramel fragments and the main ramel, I mean main API specification as well. So even if your account is also expired, see there is no ramels as this is a new one, so there is no REST API. So that is what it is complaining about. So again, I have to upload all the ramel specs or fragments here in this particular new account. Then again, I need to do the add the dependencies here. I mean in that system API code. I have to again correct the dependencies. So it will take some time for me to do this. This is the one ramel, right? So yeah, it will take some time for me. So I'll just do this in the background. So maybe I can just end this video here because I just shown you we have got the approval for this parallelism. I thought I can just run this pipeline and I can show you the green tick, but unfortunately we got this error. So what can I do is like while starting the next video, before that I'll just upload this ramels and I'll just correct the dependencies. Like I just import the new ramel here. I will just add new ramel here from my new platform account. So I can do all these things and I can come back. Okay. So that then in that case, once we run this build pipeline, then this will work. So apologies for the inconvenience. Once I fixed this issue, I'll just continue for the release pipeline. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.